Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's LTC Minton here, coming at you with another video, and we're going to do another market review. What's going over what's going on right now currently in the market. We had some more economic data get released, and it was a decent one, but the biggest one besides the one that happened yesterday with the FOMC meeting, it's going to be happening tomorrow. So I want to do this video to just continue to stress the importance that we need to pay attention to the economic data, because the economic data is what's going to move the cryptocurrency market now. It's not based off of this company, this government, this state, whatever the case may be, buying up Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to adopt for them to use or have in the reserves. This is not like cryptocurrency cycles of days old. Okay, the cryptocurrency market now is obviously showing that is not going to react to that kind of data in a way that we expect anymore. But it will react to all negative news, of course. But it doesn't matter how much positive news that we've been getting recently. The market is just not moving off of that. It's moving off the economic data now. So that's what I've been, looking at. I took time away just to see what was going to happen with all the economic data releases that's coming out recently. And it's been following the economic data releases. So before I get going into this video, you should have taken the time out to read the disclaimer to understand what's going on this channel at all times. If you did not do that, please go back and do so we're on the same page. So what it says, going to get to this video. So currently, let me go and refresh this page real quick. And we're looking at a market over 3.49% in profit overall. So everything is looking pretty good. We go over the crypto bubbles. You can see everything is pretty much in the red for the top 100 market cap coins. And so we got just a few that's showing negative for the day so far, but that's okay. But overall, we're looking good for everything that we mainly care about. Everything's looking good. Okay. You come right to the economic data. This is my FX book. I like looking over here. So you can look at also Forex Factory, and you can filter this out to where because I was looking a week ahead over here already. And you can filter this to where it just shows the red and orange folders. Those are going to be the market movers, right? The orange folders not so much, but the red folders you want to pay attention to it. But the USD, that's what you want to pay attention to, the USD, because the USD, of course, United States is the most liquid market out there when it comes to any of these markets out there. And their news announcements are going to be the ones that's going to move the market that other news announcements for other economies won't do, right? So thing is, we had the FOMC yesterday, and we had very good data come out, including this information right here from Jerome Powell.
Our role with Bitcoin really is to look at, with crypto, really is to look at the banks, and we think it's banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks, and it's safe and sound. As many of a good number of our banks that we regulate and supervise do that. The threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in.
So we had that was the last question that he was asked. He was asked about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency pretty much in that last question in the FOMC press conference yesterday. And that was his response on, pretty much towards what the banks are able to, the banks are pretty much ready, but they just need more cryptocurrency regulatory clarity before moving on, right? So the market reacted to that as well yesterday. So when you look at what's going on today, we had the GDP and the jobless claims come out. Jobless claims is every Thursday, so it's not really gonna move the market a whole lot, because that's a data release every single Thursday. But GDP came out, and it came out lower than expected. And so far, when you look at the market, what it was able to do so far, it has reacted positively towards this. And you're probably wondering why. You want GDP to to be higher, right? Well, the thing is, it goes back to what happened earlier this month when we had the strong economic data. When I was talking about the videos earlier this month, said it does not make sense for the market to dump when you got strong economic data coming out of the United States. The thing is, the market manipulators, they want more interest rate cuts. So they don't want to see a strong economy from the United States. So with the GDP rate growth rate coming in lower than expected, the market reacted positively towards this overall, and it could continue to react positively towards this news because they want the market, the economy show some weakness, so that way they can get interest rate cuts in the future. So right now, you can get this information, of course, the economic data from MyFX book, and you also got Forex Factory as well. I look at both of them, but I mainly use MyFX book. I just feel more comfortable with that, of course. But right now, we go right here to the next FOMC meeting prediction right now for interest rate cuts. This has updated since yesterday when I did my video. What was this showing yesterday? Like 72.5%, 74.5%, something like that. It's now showing an 82% likelihood of a Fed rate call or pause again. So yesterday, when we looked at the information from yesterday, it was 99.5%. So we knew for certain that it was going to pause rates. And it looks like going into the next FOMC meeting on the 19th of March, we're going to be looking at another interest rate pause. Okay. Now this can adjust. They can update. So this is what you want to pay attention to as well. See if this is going to be updating towards a likelihood of an interest rate cut or not. Because as we already know, we got a new administration in the United States, right? So the whole world is looking at that administration and seeing what is going to happen. As we already know what happened last time, the trade war between the United States and China, it affected the markets. It also affected inflation as well between both economies. So if the United States goes to trade wars again this time around with the same administration, then you're going to see the fears of inflation increasing, and then the Fed are going to probably try to get ahead of it, and they can end up cutting interest rates. Okay, so we got to pay attention to that. And it's just like I'm just trying to get you to start thinking ahead of time, so that way you could be ahead of everyone that's coming out here on YouTube and just doing technical analysis and not even looking at economic data releases at all. It does not make any sense, because now the cryptocurrency market needs to be analyzed like how the stock market is analyzed and how Forex market is analyzed as well. So if you trade in certain currencies in the Forex market, yes, that economic news that come out for those currencies can end up affecting those. All right. But if you're trading with USD with against another currency like gold or the Swiss franc or something like that, then you want to pay attention to the USD. Well, if it's gold, you just gotta pay attention to USD news. But if you're trading with another currency like the ruble, whatever it's called, the currency, or the Chinese yuan or the Japanese yen, you gotta pay attention to both of the economies when they're releasing their data. All right. So the thing is, cryptocurrency is falling in line with that as well. We got to pay attention to the data, and we got to try to be ahead of what the market movers want to be able to do. And it's just like you got to understand, you got to be in the know what's going on at all times now. And this is something that I've been working on for like the past 3 years, trying to understand economic data. And it's not hard, but it's also not easy to be able to learn this stuff. You just got to make sure that you're putting in the work and the time that you need, that you're able to give as well, to be able to understand what's going on economically and what the markets want overall, at that time or going forward. So, what we got today, we got mixed news, but I think the market overall is going to react positively towards this. All right. Look at the current price of Bitcoin. It's pretty much almost at $105,000. It was above that, but with the data coming out, Bitcoin took a little dip, but everything else has been reacting positively towards this overall, and you can see that clearly right here in the crypto bubbles. Everything else is reacting positively towards this information. And so I'm happy about this. It's helping me out with my positions to eventually recover the ones I've been in for forever. And so I'm looking forward to the market continue to move in this way. And we gotta wait for tomorrow. We got the core PCE data released tomorrow as well, and we just got to see what's going to happen with that. And if you got the ability to be able to get out of trades before that data release, these big data releases are done, get out of your trade positions and then wait for the information to be released. See how the market reacts. Then you make a decision if you're going to trade or not. Okay, don't just trade, just trade. Okay. And then, so you come over here, we're going to see what's going on the RSI heat map. So let's go and refresh this. And you see in the last 24 hours, everything is getting bought up. So everything was oversold. and it's moving up to, you know, the neutral zone and to the overbought area for some of them. But we, you know, overall, we don't want everything up here to overbought, because if everything is overbought, that means that the greed is very high, and we're gonna look for a major correction to where they're gonna dump everything. The market manipulator is gonna dump everything to get everything back down to oversold, shake out the weak hands, then they're gonna buy everything up and move it back up again. So, well, you know, could we have a decent bull run? Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be nearly as good as the last one underneath the Biden administration. And they just, you know, just comes to show you that it does not matter who is in leadership. It's all based on the market manipulators and economic news now. That's all it is. All right. So, thing is, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at the market moving back up, slowly but surely, and hopefully it just continues like that. And then we get into like next month. Hopefully the market really starts taking off with the altcoins. But you come over here, like I said, I like to bring this up, but I don't like to focus on it as an absolute necessity of trying to predict how the market is going to move. Because, you know, you're going to have, like I said, you're going to have people coming out here. They're going to base their information, their technical analysis, based off of this liquidation heat map, or, you know, this liquidation map. And, you know, then you can go over here and you can also see, let's go over to the heat map. And let's go right here to 1 week on Bitcoin. And they're going to be like, oh, there's a lot of you know, possibility to liquidate people in long positions down here going to the bottom side, so we can see the market go all the way down to like 99,000, then bounce back up. It's just like you can't predict what the market's going to do just off this liquidation heat map. Pay attention to economic data. How many of them are paying attention to economic data? Hardly any of them. And, you know, so I'm just trying to stress that to you. You got to understand now, this is a different cryptocurrency market. We got to put in all of the factors to be able to make decisions in what's going to happen, what we can predict is going to happen in the market to the best of our ability. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody can claim that they know for sure what's going to happen. Does not matter how much they come over here to the Bitcoin chart and they do all these drawings and everything like that. And, you know, it's just like, it does not matter in the end, because the market can be down and then you can get a huge economic data release and then all of a sudden it pumps. So your technical analysis is thrown out the window. Yeah, it's good to understand resistance zones, support zones, that kind of stuff. But, you know, to say that, oh, you know, we got this head and shoulders pattern forming right here, doesn't matter. You know, if economic data is coming out that same day that goes against the head and shoulders pattern, what's going to happen? The market's going to go flying. And now, you know, your technical analysis is thrown out the window again. So, you know, just stop with trying to depend on technical analysis so much when you're trying your best to understand what's going on in the market. You know, if you're not paying attention to the economic data, then you're lost. You're way behind. And you're going to be left behind. And you're going to be leading everybody astray, right? So I'm not saying that I know everything, but, you know, understand, I've been one of the people that's preaching about understanding, you know, you gotta look at economic news. NFP coming up. We got the jobless claims and the FOMC meeting. I was the one that was telling you, like, the FOMC meeting, that data release that came out, you know, the data release is important, but that's not going to move it's going to move the market initially. But the one that's going to really move the market is the press conference, the Q&A. And you had YouTubers coming out right after the FOMC statement data release came out, and the federal, you know, and their decision if they're gonna cut rates or not came out. They coming on video on YouTube, going live and everything like that, and didn't even listen to the press conference. I listened to the whole press conference, and then at that moment you saw the market was already moving up, and it's like, this is the reason why the market is moving up. It's because I listened to the press conference, and like other people did as well. But there was YouTubers that came on instantly as soon as this data was released for the interest rate cuts to pause. They came out and went live, and then they was just so misinformed because they never listened to the press conference live. And then they was able to get little bits and pieces from like Telegraph. They were sharing information as well, a little bit information, like even Telegraph. It said the market closely reacted with a slight decline. Mostly reacted with a slight decline after the initial data release happened. You know, so this is what you know they did as well. Very naive to do. You don't react to just the interest rate decision. You react to the actual press conference. This is what caused the market to dump last month. It was the press conference, because the interest rates were cut last month, but his Q&A session went horribly bad. It went horrible last month, and that's what caused the market to dump. And then to compound what the market dumping, then you had the tax harvest season, so that made the market dump even more. So this is what you got to pay attention to when the Fed chair, in this case right now, is Jerome Powell. When he is speaking, that's what the market is reacting to in the end, not the initial decision. So they're very bad of YouTubers to get on there and just try to be the first at everything and just giving bad information. All right. So, but anyways, that pretty much wraps up what I want to talk about in this video. If you like what you heard and saw, please subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to share this video with other people. If you're interested in joining Pionex or Bybit exchanges, which is what I'm using to trade on, then I have my links in the description of this video, as well as in the comment section. You can follow the economic data news on my Facebook, Forex Factory. Forex Factory is a very popular one to use, but I like using my Facebook. It's just easier for me to use. So that's just me. But you probably find it easier for you to use Forex Factory for economic news events. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.